Hi guys, welcome back. It is of course Sunday the 5th of July, and before I start getting into this one, if you do enjoy my content then please leave me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing. It really does help. My game of choice, as you can see, is The Last of Us Part 2. Now this is a game I have recently completed and I am more than happy with it. I understand some of the negativity, I am a gamer, but to face bomb it, I think is bang out of order. Logging on and giving it a Metacritic, I can't get the words out, Metacritic score of 0 out of 10, I think is bang out of order. Absolutely. It's not fair, I don't agree with it. But anyway, it is what it is. And it was, or rather it is, the best-selling game in the UK this year. And that was done by Physical Games, not digital, Physical. Now this started off a debate with a gentleman, and that debate suddenly got very heated, extremely heated. In the end, he's calling me all the names of the sun, I'm doing the same, and he's trying to tell me that digital games will be worth so much more than physical copies in the future. I still don't see it, I don't buy it, I'm not having any of it. There's no way a digital game is ever going to be worth anywhere near the amount of a physical game. I'm sorry. But this is your chance to convince me different. To help, I did some research and I've basically looked at why do gamers still buy physical games? Because if we are serious, physical games market may be in decline, but it remains hugely lucrative area that is worth billions. Physical games are worth billions around the world. And if it is supposedly in a decline, is that because there's a hell of a lot of digital games out there that are digital only? So how the hell am I supposed to get a physical copy of it? Anyway, I digress. So, looking at a lot of surveys and that, indeed, when it comes to AAA launches, it is estimated that 75% of an average game sale still comes via physical goods sold. Now that was a survey done on Amazon GameStop and all the rest. 75% of us. So in other words, Last of Us Part 2 was launched, physical game, totally outsold Uncharted 4 by 1%, but it wasn't taking into account any of the digital sales done on the game. 75% of us still buy physical copies. Why? Why? That just fascinates me. So when I was looking at these surveys, they did a survey basically on buyers across Spain, the UK, France and Germany. And the main reason that gamers would prefer to have physical games is because they want a box collection. And that was 32%. That was one of the highest answers. The second most popular answer is due to price, which I thought was a little bit weird, because surely by now are not digital games cheaper? Or is it the other way around still? I just don't find this bizarre. Anyway, 18% of people said that they bought physical games because they were discounted in the store, while 13% said it also cost less money to buy a physical game. Another big reason for owning physical is the ability to lend the game, sell the game, or gift the game to other people. Now that's a big one, because you can't do that with digital. 17% said they buy physical so they can play the game in different locations, or lend to a friend or family member, while 13% said they want the ability to give the game to someone else. 12% said they like the ability to sell the game when they are finished. I mean, that's how I buy a lot of my physical games these days. Because it's a hell of a lot cheaper to buy it second hand. Even more so. Now, in terms of technical limitations, 1% say they chose physical due to poor internet speeds. 5% because the internet access is limited, and 10% said it was due to the amount of memory a game eats up on their hard drive. Now that's quite a big one with myself, I suppose, because I don't buy a lot of digital games because I know it's going to be taking up an exceptional amount of memory. Where if I buy, it on a disc, then I'm not using so much. But anyway, let's move on. Now, another reason why people buy physical still is because they don't have the basis to own a credit card or store card. They can't do it. So they don't have that way to purchase goods online. 3% said their decision to buy box games was due to the lack of credit card or PayPal account. 4% said they don't like inputting personal information online, while a further 5% said they didn't trust online retailers with their details. You can't blame people for that, I suppose. Other reasons for choosing physical included the appeal of special and collector's edition, 6%, proximity to the shops, 9%, and not finding the game to download, 6%. So those are the reasons why people still buy physical. But what about digital? In addition to the survey, GameTrack also asked UK, French, German and Spanish gamers who downloaded titles why they do that over buying physical. The most popular reason for downloading was price. 30% said that it was cheaper to buy digital. 20% said they bought digital because of discount. Now, those are really just the same answers that we've already given in some regard for buying physical. So something's up somewhere there. Now, the most popular reason for download was price. 30% said it was cheaper to buy digital than physical, while 20% said they bought digital because it was down to discounting. 16% of them said they liked downloading because it means they could have all their games wherever they go. 15% said they buy digital because the games they bought weren't available physically. And I must admit, it is a bit of a pain at times. I do see some games that I would really love to own. Sometimes I'll buy digital myself, but a lot of the times I don't because I do want a physical release. And that's why we do have the likes of limited run games. 15% said they buy digital because the games they bought weren't available physically, which suggests that maybe they would have bought a physical version if it were. 15% also said that they bought digital because they wanted to play the game immediately as it was launched, quite literally. Now, I know a few people that tried to do that when Last of Us Part 2 came out and it didn't work. They couldn't play it, they were well pissed off. 11% said it was because they don't want to leave their home. Another 7% said they buy digital as there are no shops near where they live, while 7% also said that they like to pre-order and play the game the moment it is released. Another 10% of people said that physical games simply take up too much room. You are right with that. I can't argue about that. I've got over 1,000 games in storage at the moment. And it's crazy to think I've spent £180 currently on storage boxes for them. Other reasons include having a code online voucher to use, 9% of them said that, and wanting to access the season pass and other online extras. Overall, 23% say that they now prefer to buy full game downloads rather than physical discs or cartridges. And I suppose that's really it if you think about it. is really physical games in decline. 75% of us are buying physical games. 23% of us are buying nothing digital. I don't personally think physical games are in decline. I think the numbers are fudged somewhere, to be quite honest. But it's over to you guys. The debate is open yet again. I do both, but I do prefer physical myself personally. I'll wrap this one up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. I'll catch you again. Take care.